Even the cheapest wine was expensive now. McCann held the bottle at arm's length so that he could read the label without putting his specs on. Fine old port-style ruby wine, produce of more than one country, it said. Plonk. Two pretty young girls passing along Paradise Street saw the old man holding the bottle out. They both laughed. One of them said, "Cheers." McCann stared at them, and to discourage further familiarities, he stuffed the bottle back into his Mac pocket, hawked noisily, and spat on the pavement. The girls hurried off back to work as he closed his eyes and leaned back on the bench, the dappled shadows from the bushes behind giving his face a leprous look. Plonk. Where had he first heard the word? 1944. On the front steps of that little Italian church. What was it called now? Santa Teresa di Lisieux or something. He could remember the statue outside. It was a lady, dressed as a nun, with a face like a Madonna. Sergeant Thomas had translated the Latin inscription beneath the statue for the benefit of McCann and his mates. After my death, I will let fall a shower of roses. The soldiers had laughed and sang April showers. They bought rough red wine from a man who sold it off the back of a cart. Chianti del Classico, it was called. One of the lads from McCann's regiment said it was only plonk. McCann stood up and swayed as he took out his bottle again. Plonk! It's all only plonk, he told the whole of Paradise Street, aloud, with his arms stretched wide. Nobody was taking any notice, so he broke out into song. Saint Teresa of the Roses. The panda car stopped at the curb alongside, and he found himself looking into the face of a young policeman. Immediately, McCann straightened up, and through the constable, what he imagined was a smart military salute. It's all right, Sarge, just going, he mumbled, as he pocketed the bottle and retreated along Paradise Street in the direction of Duke Street. The young copper watched him go, shook his head in disgust, and climbed back into the car. Another plonky, he said to his mate. McCann wandered aimlessly, staggering and talking to himself. People avoided him and crossed over the road when they saw him coming. Plonky. McCann didn't worry, he didn't care. Let him move out the way for him. He'd fought and bled for the likes of them, yeah, fought and bled. A copper shrapnel in the left leg and a silver plate in his skull. Let him move out the way. He wished he hadn't sold his medals. That had showed him. Oh, he still had Marty's medals, but they belonged to Marty, not him. I bet he didn't get much plonk out in Korea. That was where Marty was buried, by the 39th parallel. Bet you no one even remembers that, the 39th parallel. That was where his son, Corporal Martin McCann, was buried. It was never the same after that. Mary left him and went to live with her sister and her mother. Plonky, she called him. Said he'd lost all his self-respect, especially when she caught him taking the rent money out the bars on the dresser. He hadn't seen her since. Probably wouldn't recognise her now. McCann looked around at the doorway he was leaning against. It was a church. Let's go in and have a look around. He liked churches. The parish priest was in the vestry, composing Sunday's sermon, when the little altar boy walked in. Hello, Father. Hello, John. Hey, Father, there's some old man out there sitting by St. Teresa's statue, and he's drinking out of a bottle and singing St. Teresa of the Roses. Ah, that's all right, John. He often does that, poor fella. He's only a plonky, you know. There's no harm in him.
Brick.